As part of the second WHO Global Summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the Traditional Medicine Discovery Space, an exhibition showcasing diverse traditional medicine systems. The Prime Minister is set to participate in the closing ceremony of the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine, which is being held at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. We're going to get these visuals for you in a short while. This is the Traditional Medicine Discovery exhibition that is currently on. It's an exhibition showcasing diverse traditional medicine systems. It is on at the Bharat Mandapam because the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine is currently going on at the Bharat Mandapam, which the Prime Minister will be attending for the closing ceremony. In fact, the Prime Minister will deliver an address and he will also be giving away awards, an award on yoga, which will happen later in the day. But it is important to understand that India itself is the nation that has brought this to the fore, and this is an important contribution that has been recognized by the WHO. In fact, it is the WHO and the Ministry of Ayush who have together organized this particular summit, which is taking place in India. In fact, the WHO Director General is also participating in this summit. The theme this year is Restoring Balance, the Science and Practice of Health and Well-being. And we know that there are major traditional medicine systems in the world, most of them well practiced in India. And there is going to be a traditional medicine global library, a digital repository now of all these medicines that are available, systems that are now going to be used by the world, because the first responder, in a sense, has always been traditional medicine. It is what the family knows and has been passed on over years. And India has a great tradition of traditional medicine. This year they are focusing also on ashwagandha and its importance, especially in the Indian systems. And it has been seen as a plant that is going to help a great deal. Here we see these visuals, Prime Minister Narendra Modi with Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus. These are visuals that are coming in from the Bharat Mandapam, and these are visuals also showcasing what traditional medicine practices are like. The Health Minister, J.P. Nadda, is also present, and Prime Minister has taken a personal interest in this. After all, it was India who introduced yoga to the world, and International Yoga Day. This is all under Prime Minister Modi's leadership. And since then now, beyond yoga, we are utilizing Ayurveda, Unani, and other forms of Indian medicine, Ayush, homeopathy as well. So traditional medicine plays a significant role. There are lots of scientists and practitioners, and this has brought together the best people from over 100 countries, in fact, participating in this. In fact, this library that I mentioned earlier has got 1.6 million scientific records, which is intended to provide equitable access to research and policies globally. It's also looking for integrated medical approaches because the Ayush system is now to be utilized with the regular allopathic forms of medicine, and the two combined form an integrated approach, which is definitely helping in particular many of the illnesses that are dealing with respiratory infections and the like. We are joined by Siddharth Bharadwaj, our correspondent, who is at the event. Siddharth, put this into context for us. First of all, the importance of this traditional medicine summit and the library and the exhibition that the Prime Minister is going through. Siddharth?
Hi, Mark. A very good evening to you, Mark. First of all, when we talk about this summit, This is the second summit which is being organized by India, and the first summit was also organized by India, hosted by India, in fact, in the year 2023 in Gujarat. And when we talk about the importance of this summit, it's of high significance. It's of very high importance because, you know, it creates a framework, Mark, for the traditional medicine to come into the global healthcare system, but that is backed by the scientific integration, and that is the reason why, you know, policymakers and scientists and other people from different parts of the world, around 100, more than 100 countries are participating in this particular summit, and people are really, really excited here. When they talk about this particular summit, we had a word with some of the people who are from the other countries, and when they had a word with us, they were really excited with the way the India is leading when it comes to the traditional medicine, and also the fact they like the culture here in India. Just a while ago, we were having words with so many people of different countries, and they were expressing their happiness to us, and they were saying that India is a great host, and under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the country so far has progressed, you know, and clinched different heights, a great height when it comes to traditional medicine. Mark, we all know when it comes to the traditional medicine, it includes yoga, it includes meditation, it includes Ayurveda, it includes homeopathy, it includes naturopathy, and other things as well, Mark, and Siddha as well. So these are of great importance because the nature has a great power to heal. We were just watching some visuals out here where in some other countries, whenever if there's a fracture or some other problems, they use traditional methods and they actually work. Traditional medicines are not famous just because they are ancient. Traditional medicines are famous because they actually work and they be popular, but they need a scientific, you know, backed integration when it comes to them being incorporated.
The aim is to bring in global standards and integrate this with best practices, the best scientific research, for which all this foundation has been laid. And if we look at, you know, kind of the focus, why they have chosen the theme Ashwagandha as one of the areas of focus. And also, we are in the age of digital media, digital innovations. So the use of bioinformatics also in trying to, you know, bring about better research. Tell us more about this, Siddharth.
Definitely, Mark. I mean, you're absolutely right. The theme this time around of this particular summit this year is the restoring balance, the science and practice of health and well-being. So the focus here is not just on treating a disease. The focus here is actually on overall health of a person. And I was just saying, Mark, that traditional medicine is not famous just because they are ancient. Traditional medicine is famous because they give results and they put less strain on the pockets of the people. They are easily accessible because according to the WHO report, also one of the reports which they have put on their website, Mark, 174 member states of WHO, which comprise about 90% of the member states. They say that 40 to 90% of their members use traditional medicine. And, you know, there are billions of people in the world. Not everyone has access to the contemporary healthcare system that we have in the world. And that is the reason why traditional medicine is being incorporated into global health system. But like I was just saying, the rules are being made, the frameworks are being created, you know, the policy are being framed. And, you know, that can be traced through the WHO center that's there in Jamnagar, where rules and regulations, the formulations, then scientific research, you know, is being done that goes on to show that how the traditional medicine is gradually, slowly and gradually coming into the global healthcare system, and people are also accepting it. This is a big answer to the critics as well, who said that this is just symbolic. It is not. It itself is an example. This summit itself is an example that, you know, real work is actually done and the results are there in front of us.
Absolutely. Wow. And they are going to be bringing out the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy 2025 to 2034, 9-year, 10-year strategy, which is looking to try and integrate traditional medicines. Of course, the traditional medicines that you spoke of are, you know, come from India, but there are traditional medicines also from different parts of the world, which also need to be taken into consideration. And I'm supposed that they have also been discussed. And, you know, those that is the kind of repository which this library has. 1.6 million scientific records. It's huge, and of course they would
You're right.
probably require to have, they would probably require to have AI to actually go through all that and
Mark,
put
the
it into place.
technology,
Yes,
yeah,
go ahead.
indeed, Mark, the technology is actually being used to actually validate the use of traditional medicine system. And you are absolutely right in saying that new technologies are being incorporated in the fact that, they are helping in validating the traditional medicine systems all across the globe. And when you talk about that, there are some traditional medicines from India, because India has an exceptional knowledge of traditional medicine, and
Yes.
people here are using traditional medicine since thousands of years. And traditional medicines from other parts of the country are also being put into consideration, and hence this summit. This is the second summit which India is hosting, and people are really, really excited. They're really, really happy. And when you talk about this exhibition that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting, this exhibition tells a lot about the diversity of traditional medicine system. And like I was just mentioning, over 100 countries are participating in this particular summit. So you can see when different stalls of different parts of the region are there, and it will give you a sense of how traditional medicine is actually, it's workable, how traditional medicine is coming into play now in the global healthcare systems.
Right,
We
absolutely.
need to focus a lot about traditional medicines and how they work. So basically, this summit is all about global collaborations. This summit is all about, integrating traditional medicines into the global healthcare system through scientific back integration, research, and advancement of the traditional medicines into the global healthcare system, Mark.
Indeed, and during the year of COVID in 2020, 2021, traditional medicines in India came to the fore once again because they were able to, boost immunity. They were, and also promoted by the Ayush Ministry and Prime Minister at the forefront. A lot of those, became popular across the world also. Things like Giloy, Ashwagandha, Tulsi, all these herbs that were being utilized, that have been used immemorial in India, are now household names across the world, and helping people boost their immunity, and also Brahmi for thought. These kind of things are actually now getting global attention. Siddharth.
Definitely, these are getting global attention because I was just mentioning earlier to you, Mark, that nature has a great power of healing. And when we were talking to one of the researchers, which was here at the summit, the person is still here. When we were having a word with him, he told that, Western medicines, they just focus on treating the disease. But when it comes to traditional medicine, the traditional medicine focus on overall well-being of a person. So that is the reason why traditional medicine is very, very important. And they are now coming into the play, like I was just explaining. Here in this summit, over 100 countries are participating, Mark. And, when you see the excitement among the people, they are very, very happy about the leadership. And of course, this summit positions India as a leading country when it comes to traditional medicine. So this could be, like I was just mentioning, this could be verified with the fact that the WHO Center is there in Jamnagar, and the collaboration between the World Health Organization and India goes on to show the trust of WHO in India, as well as, like I was just mentioning, positions India as a leading country when it comes to traditional medicine. So many people, so many diversity of traditional medicines under one roof. It gets to give you dividends, Mark. It gets to give you results. And when you host summit of this level, an output is definitely destined to come, which is actually, we are witnessing here. Like I was just mentioning, the exhibition as well, over so many countries and the diversity of traditional medicine system. You learn a lot about it. And when so many policymakers, so many stakeholders, so many companies and scientists, they all come together under one roof. They deliberate on different issues, the significance of traditional medicine. They also discuss how to go about traditional medicines in future, and how to give answers actually to the critics who say that traditional medicine is without any scientific evidence. So here we are now working in creating policies to actually integrate the traditional medicine into the global healthcare system, which is backed by scientific research. So in that manner, the summit is very, very important. And this is not just a one-time summit, Mark. This is happening every 2 years, like we are just witnessing. Last summit held in 2023. This summit is in 2025, and now we can expect the other summit in 2027. So this summit is not just a one-time summit. It is here to stay, where people from all around the globe are coming under one roof, discussing the future of traditional medicine, and it is actually giving dividends. So it's good for the humanity. It is actually good for traditional medicine. It is actually good for the people who are not getting the contemporary healthcare services, who are not getting access to the modern healthcare services. It is very good for the entire human race and the entire humanity and the future of traditional medicine.
Absolutely. You've put that well into context, Siddharth. We are standing by for Prime Minister, who is going to be addressing the closing ceremony of this summit that you talked about. And this is the second summit, as Siddharth was saying. The first summit was held in Gujarat 2 years ago in Gandhinagar. And there is the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center, which is in Gujarat. It is a key area where a lot of research is currently taking place. And in 2023, they had the Gujarat Declaration that looked for a commitment to evidence-based traditional medicine. So this is the process of developing evidence around it, and scientific evidence to show that it can be utilized also as an integrated approach with other medicines which have been seen as scientific for a long period of time. So both the integrated approach of medication is definitely going to help the people, because they have not just one choice, but they have more than one choice, and the choice of using the medications together in a system, or the two systems of medication together. And there are lots of new diseases also that are coming onto the world. We are not very sure, what could come up. We saw that COVID was one of those illnesses that did not have a cure, but as the human race was able to develop immunities towards it and dispel that illness, traditional medicine played a significant role in boosting immunity of people. So we are seeing that this particular event, the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine, is currently taking place at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. It started on the 17th. It will conclude today. On day one, they focused on many roundtables and sessions on traditional knowledge systems and the planet, basically where you get the medicines or which herbs and which areas, how they grow, things like that. And then the day two focused on strengthening the scientific foundation of traditional medicine, the research methodologies, and the science of meditation, not really medication here, the science of meditation, because a lot of the process of healing comes from within yourself itself. When the body is in a position to generate the positive energy that leads to healing. So that is, sort of accelerated with the process of meditation. So this is a holistic approach. And then on day three, which is the final day today, they are dedicating it to global standards and raising a responsible AI. And this is going to be the implementation of the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy 2025 to 2034. So we are standing by for Prime Minister's address. He's scheduled to address the closing ceremony, and he is also going to be giving out some awards for those who have done sterling work in the field of traditional medicine. Siddharth, you're still with us?
Yes, Mark.
Yes, Siddharth. So, you have been following this for some time, and you also have understood the importance of things like meditation and yoga in the overall process of holistic healing. It's not just medication; it's also mind control in a sense. Could you throw some light on that?
Definitely, Mark. You're absolutely right when you say that meditation and yoga, it's not just about medication. It's also about how you rewire yourself. Because when I was attending a particular summit which was actually focused on meditation, in that we were told that meditation actually rewires your brain. So when you start practicing meditation, you get a lot of peace from yourself. You calm yourself down. If you have temperament issues or if you have any other issues, related to your mental health, meditation helps a lot. When it comes to yoga, we all know that yoga is India's gift to the world. We celebrate International Day of Yoga every year. In fact, this year I attended the International Day of Yoga in Vizag, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi also addressed and told about the benefits of yoga. He performed some asanas as well there, which gives out a great message to the entire world. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi, tells a lot about yoga and its benefits. I've seen people who actually told me that they were inspired by this speech of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and since that day, they started doing yoga. So yoga has its own benefits, Mark. The asanas which you do, they actually calm your mind. They actually give strength to your body. And when you talk about meditation, it, like I was mentioning, it rewires your body. It helps you to calm down, and it helps you to, go throughout the day with energy. So basically, it's not just about medication, medication. You're right. It's about yoga also. It's about meditation also, and it's a holistic approach altogether. I was just mentioning, Mark. This is a second summit where many countries are participating. They are under one roof, interacting with each other, interacting about the traditional medicine, and they take a message to their country and spread it over there. That India is hosting such a big summit on traditional medicine, people start taking interest in that, and that's how you spread the message, and that's how it grows. So this is the entire crux of the story.
Yes, Siddharth, we seem to be having some disturbance in your audio, but you're making a very important point there. And we need to also, acknowledge that the WHO has come on board and played a significant role in promoting traditional medicine, which is something that should be lauded, because the WHO Director General, Dr. Tedros, he views traditional medicine actually as a game changer for the 21st century. And he says that when it's harnessed through modern medicine, where it gives up the principles of equity, which is what Siddharth was talking about. It makes medicines affordable and accessible. And he emphasizes it's not just a thing of the past, it's a growing global demand, which is essential for achieving universal health coverage. So it's through science, integration with science, that the WHO is looking at uniting the wisdom of millennia with modern science. So that is the way with which the WHO is approaching traditional medicine. It's bringing it into the mainstream, bringing it back into the present appropriately, effectively, and above all, safely, based on the latest scientific evidence. These are the words of Dr. Tedros, who is the Director General of the WHO. So the global strategy for 2025 to 2034 is to be adopted also, and it prioritizes evidence-based science, robust regulation, and integration of traditional medicine into primary healthcare. So the aim is to utilize it at the primary healthcare level, which would then make this accessible to various, medical centers, or the first responders, in a sense, to clinics where people can actually go and get treated with traditional medicine. It also addresses various health gaps, where there are so many billions of people who lack essential medical care because it is inaccessible to them. So this, in fact, the figures that the WHO puts out is about 4.6 billion people who lack essential health services. So the big picture is to utilize traditional medicine as a means to bridge that gap. And it's also valuable, they say, especially meditation, yoga, for issues which are dealing with mental health issues which are rising, psychological issues, and aging, which is a problem that has also started hitting many countries where they don't have health care for people who are aging. And so this is the situation, and we can see clearly that traditional medicine is bridging many gaps. Siddharth, you're with us. Come in on that, Siddharth. Yes, go ahead.
Definitely, Mark. You were just talking about what Director General of WHO said, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus.
Yes.
He spoke via video message, Mark. He appreciated India's partnership as well in the field of traditional medicine. Like we were just discussing how India is leading in when it comes to traditional medicine. He also emphasized that health is not only about technology and of course treatment, but also about balance, dignity, and he also said shared wisdom of humanity. Mark, he also said in that particular message that the World Health Assembly earlier this year adopted the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy 2025-2034, which you are also mentioning. And this strategy, Mark, particularly focus on strengthening the evidence base to guide decisions, through science and data, ensuring safety and quality through effective regulation. And like I was just mentioning, that traditional medicine now, when it comes to it being incorporated in the global healthcare system, it requires the science-backed integration. Like I was just mentioning, at times it happens that critics questions that traditional medicine is without any scientific evidence. So this is a summit which talks about creating a framework for the traditional medicine. It creates the rules and regulations when it comes to traditional medicines and show it to the world that yes, this is a traditional medicine which is backed by scientific evidence, so that it also has a positive use, because when without any scientific evidence you use anything, it may backfire. But then in this summit, the global leaders are coming, the policymakers are coming, the scientists are coming together under one roof and discussing about how to take forward the traditional medicine. And India is leading when it comes to traditional medicine. And also, Mark, when we talk about, I was just mentioning the collaboration between WHO and India. It's a collaboration which is marked by trust. It is a collaboration which shows that WHO trusts India and India is leading when it comes to traditional medicine. And the fact that India is hosting the second summit after the first summit shows that how India has an exceptional knowledge of traditional medicine and the institutional framework to actually do research and training in a traditional medicine. And here there have been some MOUs also signed with different countries, Mark,
Yes.
and which goes on to show the trust between the countries and India. And today is the world today is the time, Mark, I would like to say, where India is walking on the path of Atmanirbharta, which is self-reliance, which is further aligning with the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, the year when Bharat will be celebrating its centenary of freedom. And that is the year where Bharat is expected to make everything under the sun. Today, the world looks at Bharat for collaboration. The world look at Bharat for the agreements, for the free trade agreements. You have recently seen it happening, the CEPA happening between India and Oman earlier as well. The agreements between many countries. So that goes on to show that how different countries are now trusting the new Bharat, the modern Bharat, which is shining bright on the global map.
Yes, indeed, Siddharth. But, one of the important things that people need to understand about traditional medicine is that it is sustainable. It is good for the environment. The other forms of medication one feels has led to pollution also. And this is a form that seems to be integrated with sustainable development. It seems to be smarter for the environment, and we're talking about providing health solutions which are accessible to, at the primary healthcare level. So one looks also at the importance of some of the illnesses that are taking place right now, the changes that are taking place in terms of medication and the needs of people as people age. There are also lifestyle-related diseases. Diabetes is one of them. Hypertension. These are the kind of diseases that actually traditional medicine seems to be providing more stable solutions than the old-fashioned, or I beg your pardon, the standard models. Yes,